Hi everyone. Let's start our visualization by picking one of the data from Workout Wednesday. So, okay. So I noticed like few websites are not working because it's from 2017 data, and for 2018 and above, you can click here and go to the link. And this link is also provided in the previous video's description as well, so we can go through that. So let's start our visualization for this week. So let's work on this today. So we have a data source here and the requirement on the data. So this is the dashboard that we'll have to replicate. So let's go and download the data, and meanwhile let me open Power BI as well. So this is Superstore sales data and Excel format. So let's save this Excel. So data is downloaded and we have our Power BI. So let's take a look at our data set first. So we have row ID, order ID. So basically the data related to sales. Okay, shipment mode. So yeah, let's get the data. So we'll have to get click on get data here, and because this was a Excel data source, we'll have to click on Excel and select the data source. Okay. Okay. So basically we had three tabs there. So orders, returns, and users. So let us pick all the three in case if we need it in our data model going forward. So we'll just select all three and we get a preview of the data, so we can transform. So when we can even load, so if we directly load the data will be appearing here, and then later we can transform the data, but we can transform the data in the initial stage itself. So I'm clicking on transform data. Basically the transformation, any changes that the data needs can be done in this particular place that is called Power Query Editor. So here we could see that these are the headers, but it is not considering as a header. So we can make changes to that, saying that use first row as a header. So clicking here is changing the headers. So, and this is a text format which is right, and this is also text, this is right, and it's in a number format and it's a text, right? So just a little sanity check to make sure the data looks perfect, and if there is any, like if the date format is not considered properly, we can change it to date and date time. So if it is a text, you can change it to text. Just a basic sanity check that you think the data has to go through. Okay, so I think it's good to go. After all the transformations are done, we can just close and apply. Okay, here the requirement here is the dashboard has to be 850 into 700, the dimension, and they need a summary table which is here, and the color coding has to match, and we'll have to create a tree map that segments the product by number of regions that's selling. So this is the main objective of the dashboard, and we'll have to create a tree map. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll have to create a product by number of regions that's selling. Okay, perfect. So let's get started. I would need the product name, which is what they told the product, and the number of regions that they're selling. Okay, so I need number of regions. These are the regions: Central, East, South, and West. Okay, and I want to understand how many regions it is, and I'll take the distinct count just to see, even if it is sold like 10 times, but I will know that it is sold in particular region. So that's the reason. Okay, so this is what they want us to show. This particular product is sold in the 3 regions, which is Central, South, and West. So this envelopes are sold in all the 4 regions, and this is the clock is sold. Now the printer wood paper is sold only in 1 region, that is Central. So this is what would be the end result, but in a different format. Okay, so let's check that. Okay, so let me create a Dax function for that, just because even if I remove this region, I will get the same number, right? So because I've changed the distinct count here, I'll create a Dax directly, which will give me the row count. For each row, I would need the count. So let me create a Dax function for it. I'll create a measure. Okay, I need count of the region. I need to count rows and values of region. Okay, so basically region is a text function. That's the reason I've given value. So we'll retrieve a value out of it, and I am counting the rows. Okay. Okay, so let us see. Product name, count of regions. So basically it's giving the same value. Okay. Great. So going forward, the one which I have created here, like count of region, because I would need the one which is sold in 1 region, sold in 2 region, 3 region, the same way. If I get this in a horizontal way, like to give an example, this is the region, right? So I want this to be in an axis. So this cannot work as an axis because it's a single value that it comes under. So I cannot show 1, 2, 3, 4. So that cannot be done. So let me create a category for it. I'll take the column. Let me rename this as region category number, maybe, yeah. Calculate distinct count of region. Okay, but because that's the thing that we did in the initial stage, right? We wanted the distinct count of it. Then let me give all except table name, and then okay. So let us see how it works. Some number. Okay, so just an example. This is so we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are getting some values out of here as a categorical value. So we can see 1 region, 2 region. So that can be done. Okay, and to explain the DAX, basically all except is it removes all the context filters in the table, like except the filter that have been applied to the specified column. So I would want to remove all the other filters other than this one. So because each product will have a distinct count, right? So other than this, I would want to remove all other context filter that would have been applied. So when I say context filter, it's like a set of filters that is already applied to the data model before this particular DAX or any table that we use. So that's the context filter. So okay, so I would want to keep this particular thing and everything else, whatever filters. As of now, we have not used any filter, but in case if we use any filter, I would want it to ignore this. I want this filter to always be there and ignore all the other filters. Okay, so that's done, and now it just says 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me change it in a text format. I'll create a new column again. I had named it as region category number, right? So I'll just rename this as region category. So I'll say if the regional category number was if this was equal to 1, then tell me cell in one region. Okay, cell in one region. Okay, same way. Let me just copy this. Okay, so this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, so in case if the category is other than this 4, I would want to give as in A. Maybe I can give it as 0 also, because if it is not sold in any of this, I don't think that would be a scenario, because there was no blank in that particular field. So in case if there is any blank or something, I would want to I would want it to appear as NA. so that we can identify if there is something wrong just because it highlights it. Okay, and then let me now see how it looks like. Let me chart. Okay, maybe let me create a unique product name so that it appears right. Okay, I'm creating a measure for the unique products. Distinct count of product name. Okay, so we got the value. Let us see what those values are. Basically, I switched on the data label just to see what are the labels. So, just increasing the size for a better view. And I'll increase the x-axis also. Okay, so cell in one region is 93. So cell in one region is 93, which is perfect. Cell in two regions is 238, and cell in three regions is 470. Okay, here 470, and cell in four regions is 462. Okay, so I think we are on the right track. Okay. And then let me again copy this. So basically now we got the category, which was the categories, then we got the number of products also. So let us get the percentage. Okay, so because now we already have a unique product, let us see what percentage of product is being sold here. I'm changing show value as percentage of grand total. Okay, let me sort this by region and send it. Same here. Sending and by region category. Just to avoid confusion when we are comparing. Okay, 7.36, which is 7.4, right? We have two decimal points and they have one. It's okay. So 7.4, 18.8, 37.2, and 36.6, which is perfectly matching. Okay, but the problem here is if I select any product or single product, it will always be 100% because we are comparing it with the total. So when it's filtered, it is just 100% always. So that's the problem in this particular formula where we just change it to percentage of grand total. So let us create a DAX for that. Okay, so basically the DAX, what I want is the percentage, right? Percentage of grand total. Okay, I would want to divide the products, which is the products. Divide this by denominator. I want calculate. I want this products. want everything to be there in the region. Land region, I would need the region category. Okay, perfect. So let us see how will this work. Duplicating this and pulling percentage of brand total. Okay, so I'll change this. I want the format to be now percentage. Okay, so that's matching. So let's see if the issue is resolved now if we are selecting any of this. Okay, so 18. So even though we are selecting one of it, we get a proper value. So to explain the formula here, I would need the numerator as unique products and the denominator I want the unique products, but this time I'm using all function here. So all function returns all the rows in the table, in the rows or columns in the table, ignoring all the filters that it might have applied on this particular whatever column that we specify in this place. Okay, in this I'm putting category, so it will always ignore what this one. So it will always ignore this particular filter and take all other filters. Here we had given all except, so it will consider only that particular. In the other DAX it was all, so basically it will ignore all the other filters. Okay, this is the difference between all and all except. So just to reiterate, all except, well, it removes all context filters in the table except the filter that has been applied to the specified column. Okay, but in case of all, it returns all the rows or columns in the table ignoring the filter that we have applied. Okay, so because we have applied this particular region filter, so even if I'm selecting any of the filter here, it's ignoring it. I'm always getting the correct percentage. Okay, so this is exactly matching with what we wanted. So let's move on. They wanted us to create a tree map, so here's the tree map. Okay, we want the category group. Okay, and then the details are the products. I would need the product, and then the value would be the regions. I can count of regions that we had created. Perfect. So yeah. We have a product here, which was here like the product names. Okay, perfect. And they wanted us to match the color. Make sure we have it side by side just to see it goes. Okay, so let us start with the dashboard size should be 850 into 700. So let's go here in the filter and let us change the page size to custom, and we want it to be 850 and this as 700. Okay, that is done. And we want summary table. Okay, we are it to create a summary table. Let's check it out. Okay, because we had created this chart and then so it had moved towards our right side. Okay, now it's perfect. Okay, let's create a summary table. So we need the percentage. This was the percentage. Okay. Um, Let us create a multi-row card which wanted the percentage. Then we wanted the number of products, which was unique products. And then it was the region, the category, right? Region category. So let's just check. Region 1 is 7.3, then 93, then it's 18, and so it's basically matching. Okay, so this is there, but it's not so good on, it's not looking so good on the dashboard. So let's create something like dynamic text where it gives a good view for it. So take this aside and create a text box which would be like interactive. Okay. So here I would want concatenate this percentage grand total percentage of grand total. Then I would want first this percentage, then I want the unique products, then I would want then I would want that category, right? The cell 1 region that is called region category. Okay, because we are using the columns here, I would say region category. Perfect. So let's see how does this look like. Okay, so basically there is no okay, let me take region and see for one region because this will give okay 7.3 perfect, but there is no space in between. So let us take a look at that. First reduce the size of this. Okay, so because I have a lot of decimal places, let me reduce the decimals place. Let me round it off to 4 digits. Perfect. Okay, works absolutely fine, but there is no gap and it has to be in a percentage symbol. So let me multiply this by 100, then again let me concatenate a percentage. So I need a space here. But here everything is coming in one line. So there is a function that you can use in Dax where you can move the digits to next line. So let me use that. Concatenate UNICHAR here. Okay, so after percentage, it went to next line. And then again after unique products, I'll have it to the next line. I think this is exactly how we need it. Okay. Perfect. So I want 93 next product. So maybe after this, I'll again concatenate and give products. Okay. Let me get a space here. Okay, so that's working as expected. So let us delete this one, and I don't want text box to appear, so I'll remove the category. So this is done. We have a summary column also. I'll just copy paste and change the filter. So this was region 1, so I'll change this to region 2, and this I'll change it to region 3, and this to region 4. So this is perfect. Then color coding. Okay, again let me come here. So they want region 1 to be in blue. Okay, so basically I'll click on this chart. I'll see what are the colors. Region 1 is blue, but they need a bit darker blue. Okay, and region 2 is orange. Okay, and region 3 is green. Okay, we can custom color, and this green looks bad, so let us check color code for green. Perfect. So let's take a darker color. Okay, the green and already purple. Let us tone down a bit. Okay, yeah. So this is done. So they want the colors to be for the text as well. Let's change this color in blue. This to be orange. Third one is green. And cell in all 4 regions is purple. and a text filter which says how many regions to product sell in. I'll add a new text box. How many products to, how many regions to product in? Okay, perfect. So increase. Okay, so we don't want there's no label here, so category and also the title as well. Okay, perfect. So it's good to go. I hope you had fun learning this. We have replicated the same dashboard and so in this video we learned the concept of all except all, count rows and concatenating the text. Also the UNICHAR where we can move the text to the next line, and the dynamic way of creating a text than creating a direct multi-level card. So I hope it was nice. I hope you have taken a good learning out of it. Thank you.